What's up, everybody? It is your boy Abu from the Daily, and y'all already know who I'm speaking with. One of my favorite people in public relations, my favorite publicist, Miss Keisha Brewer. How you doing, girl?
I am excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Abu. It's always great when I'm talking to the Daily, so I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So everybody should already know. ProCon is back and is bigger than before. And let me tell you all like this. I had a chance to attend last year, and last year it brought me back like for my drive with every single thing that I do. So last year was just like a little sprinkle, a little seasoning, get everybody out there. But everyone that's watching this right now, I'm telling you, this year, you don't want to miss it.
Yes,
So we're going to dive right into it, Keisha. So
let's
tell
do
me,
it.
so tell me about the tagline, go pro in your passion. We emphasize the pro, and this does not matter if you're in public relations, marketing, or communication. You just got to go pro in your passion. How do
Yeah.
you come up with that tagline?
Absolutely. So, Go Growing Your Passion is actually a tagline that was thought of by our creative director, Marcus Cook. And even before he was our creative director, him and I just have organic conversations. And from the conversation, he tweeted, Go Growing Your Passion, literally just something that he thought of organically. And once he became our creative director and we thought about the mission of what ProCon really is, we decided that that was a perfect tagline. Because here's the thing, like you said, ProCon is for, of course, public relations, marketing, media, communications professionals, but it's also for those who we support, right? So if you are a business owner, a brand, a business who needs public relations services, because by the way, that's every business or brand out there, then we want to inspire you with our expertise to go pro in whatever you're passionate about as well. So we want to invite you into the room, bring you into the room and say, hey, it is possible for you to turn your passion into something you're a pro at. And we actually have the tools to be able to get you out there. So it's really fusing the two audiences, the pros and those who need one. So that's how we came up with the tagline.
Yes. And you just spoke on something too. You really talked about how public relations and communications is really important in every aspect of business. Can you dive more deep into that? Because for myself, you also know I'm a teacher too. And as became more expert in my area, I'm like, no, you're doing this wrong. You gotta do it like this. Communicate
Yeah.
flow like this, that chain of command. Can you talk about how important it is to have public relations and communication in your business?
Absolutely. I believe, and I'm saying I believe, but honestly, I'm sure there's data out there that says this is a fact. The communications division of any organization, any brand is the engine behind it. Because the reality is, there is nothing like having a great brand and business with a mission that you don't know how to communicate, right? You know that you're doing great work, but you don't even know how to share it with the community. You don't know how to connect with your audience. Imagine just sitting on a six-figure business and no one knows about you. No one knows what your mission is. You don't know how to connect with your people. That is the bread and butter. Community alone is the bread and butter of every organization. And so we as communications professionals help reel that community in through the messaging, through the strategies that we're able to develop. So that is why. And whether you're a large corporation or you are a one-person singer, one-person band, whatever it is, you're going to need some type of communication strategy, marketing, PR, content development, etc. So I believe we're truly the engine behind what really gets any brand or business going into the public.
Okay. So for you being a professional, what would be some tips or advice you would give to a business owner when it comes to public relations and communication? 'Cause I know sometimes people think, oh, I gotta have X amount of money. I don't got the budget. I'd rather do it myself. So for people who want to do it themselves, what are some tips you have for them?
Absolutely. The one thing that you said was super important is that people tend to not seek out support for communications, public relations, marketing because they think about the cost, right? And so there are ways that you can get yourself out there. But here's the thing, whether cost is the issue or not, you need to think about it first. A lot of times people think about everything else first and forget about communications. And then they're scrambling to figure out, okay, how do I get people to know about this event? Or how do I get people to know about my brand? And that's the last thing that they consider after they've considered the aesthetics of the event, or after they considered, how many people do I need in my volunteer team, in my street team, after they consider, say you're a product brand, okay, you consider what the packaging looks like. You do all of that and then want to scramble to try to get communications, marketing, public relations at the very end, when the reality is you need to think about it from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just your packaging. You need a communications professional to say, hey, what is the message of your brand so that we can make sure, even down to the packaging, you are getting that across. Down to the marketing, you are getting that message across, right? And so that's my number one tip. Make sure that you're thinking about it first and not last. Now, if it's one of the things where you're like, hey, I know I need to hire a public relations, marketing, communications professional, but I don't know that I have the budget. Number one, don't assume that you don't. Please reach out to a communications professional, because even if they cannot execute full strategies, maybe they can give you a strategy plan, or maybe you can do an hour consulting, maybe you can do a VIP day, that even if you get the clarity that you need from them, you can then go and kind of execute those things in the best way that you can on your own, right? So let's not assume that you cannot afford it. Okay. The other thing is, when you think about communication strategies and if you can afford it or not, think about the things that you can do on your own. A lot of us are just not showing up. The reason why people are not aware of what we do and how we do it is because we're letting perfection get in the way of progress. What I mean by that is that we're like, oh, I can't talk about my business until I have the packaging right. I can't talk about my business until I know my full logo. I can't talk about the business until my website is done. And all of those things are absolutely not true. While it is important for you to be packaged as a brand or a business, I would not let you thinking about all of those things getting done prohibit you from going forward with letting people know about what you're doing, right? And so even if it's, hey, right now I got the budget to sit in front of my computer or sit in front of my phone and record a video about what I'm doing, do that. Whatever you can do at the grassroots level, do it. That way, when you do have the funds to hire someone in public relations, marketing, or communication, you have already done groundwork. You have already done the work that you can do to connect with your audience further. So that's my advice. Do what you can do. So 3 things. 1, don't think about communications, public relations, marketing last. Think about it first. Number 2, don't assume you can't afford it. Please reach out, because maybe you can get a call of some sort. And number 3, make sure that you're doing what you can do in the interim before you hire someone with an agency. So those are my tips.
Yes, and I agree with you too, because what people fail to realize too, the media communications and public relations space, it's a big community, but it's very small at the same exact time. So I might reach out to PR Alliance, and what I got going on in my budget, it might not align with what you all got going on, but I know you can connect me with someone who might be the best fit. And that's what we all do. Each one helps. Come on now.
Absolutely. And back to the point of do what you can do right now. Maybe you can't hire someone to tackle your entire public relations or marketing strategy, but you can say, hey, first step, I just need a logo. So maybe you can afford just the logo right now. And then when you do the next step, maybe you can afford the website. Maybe you can afford, there's agencies out here who are willing to say, hey, I can do 4 graphics for you. Does that help? I can do graphic templates for you that you can edit on your own. And then you have at least a base to get your social media started. So absolutely, please make sure that you're reaching out and figuring out what is available to you in the interim. So absolutely, you make a good point.
Yes. So now let's dive right into the good part about it, because ProCon is next Saturday at the Silver Spring Civic Center.
Next Sunday, actually, September 3rd.
Apologize. Oh, let me get my look. That's how excited I am about it. So I could tell you right now, y'all, speakers, workshops is on a whole different level. They caught me by surprise. So Keisha, tell me, what can we expect from the host all the way down to the workshops to everything? Give us the whole 10-piece.
Absolutely. So ProCon is happening at the Silver Spring Civic Building on September 3rd. And it is a Sunday, but it's going to feel like a Saturday because it's Labor Day weekend. So the next day, most people don't have to work anyway. So we're in there. So what we like to say for us is that it's going to be value plus vibes. So what we mean by that is, yes, you're going to have dynamic speakers such as Danye Taylor, who is a creative philosopher and marketer, speakers like Ronnie Brown, who is a brand strategist and marketer, people like Abba, who she literally does the PR for Hell's Kitchen and all of the area, a lot of the restaurants that you see in the DC area. We're going to have Anaya Gold, who does the PR for Brandon Blackwood, who does the PR for topicals, I'm sorry. So you are going to be able to literally hear from the people that are doing the work that either you need to hear about so you can implement it, or so that you can grow in the public relations or communication space as well. We're going to have journalists that are going to be there. So you're going to be able to connect with Phil Lewis. You're going to be able to connect with Morgan Woods from iHeartRadio and WHUT. So you're really going to be able to connect with these people to get the tools that you need to execute in your own business, right? But then, so that's the value. And we talk about the vibes because we do all of this in an environment that is exciting, that is refreshing, that is uplifting. We have our host, Shay Parker from 93.9 and 92Q now. We have DJ Davey J, who's going to be on the ones and twos. And no matter what ticket you get, it's an open bar and food. So regardless if you're general admission or VIP, it's going to be an open bar because we believe that the best environments to learn in are the environments that energize you, excite you, and have things like food in a bar that get you to keep going. So it's going to be value and vibes for the whole entire day.
Yes. And let me tell y'all something, y'all. We always keep talking about we need to put ourselves in these spaces. I want to do this. I want to do that. Look, the space is right here. Sometimes when that space is not there, we got to create it ourselves. And that's exactly what you and your team did. Y'all created that space to put us all there together. So a lot of people did not attend last year. Y'all better attend this year. There should be no excuses. No excuses, no excuses.
Absolutely.
I promise you, when you leave from ProCon, you're going to leave with the tools, the resources, and the drive, the motivation that you need.
Yes.
I can tell you right now, from last year to now, I went a lot harder.
Yeah.
So like I said, oh yeah, I did learn this from ProCon. I learned this from ProCon. Like, I got people all the way down from Ocean City ready to drive up here for ProCon.
And it's so funny. Like you said, I mean, there were people last year that would text in other people who went and was like, dang, I wish I went. I wish I went. So they were experiencing a little FOMO, a little fear of missing out. And I'm telling you, if you're not there this year, that FOMO is going to increase by 10% because it is literally a space that, like you said, has not been done. And we are really bringing energy into that space. And even like you said, you know, you learned a lot from last year. Well, last year we had 9 speakers in one or 2 workshops. This year, we're literally going to have 5 workshops, 24 speakers. So we have increased like 3 times in size, right? And so if you felt motivated last year and you were there last year, I know you're going to be in the building this year because how can you not? But if you missed out last year, honestly, this is not the year to miss again.
I'm telling you, and I know a lot of people, they want to connect with Keisha. I mean, they want to connect with you because people are like, how you get in contact with Keisha? I'm real tight with them. Go to the space and meet with them. Introduce yourself.
Yes.
You never want to take that initiative. It's just that first step going up. Hi, simply, my name is Abu Salah. I work in XYZ. Take that initiative, y'all. Take that.
Exactly. And then I get a lot of people that's like, hey, can I get on a coaching call with you? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, y'all, I am going to be at ProCon. You want to talk to me? I'm going to be at ProCon. In addition to 24 other speakers who can give you 10 times more knowledge as well. So please, I don't want to see a bunch of DMs if you ain't go to ProCon, because that was the space to do it.
Yes. We don't want no DMs. We don't want no spam in the comments. Meet us there.
Exactly.
Meet us there. If you gotta wait 3 hours while Keisha and her team is setting up for you to get inside, do that. Take that initiative.
Yes, for sure.
Take that initiative. So Keisha, tell my people, where can they go to learn more information about ProCon? And y'all know I got a discount, right? I'm gonna be there too. Abu 25, okay?
Yes, that is his 25% discount because Abu is going to be in the building, and we really appreciate Abu and the DMV Daily for always pushing us and our clients' efforts. So thank you so much, Abu, and the entire DMV Daily team. So you can follow ProCon on Instagram at Experience ProCon and on Twitter at Official ProCon. And you can purchase your tickets at experienceprocon.com, and you can learn more about all the speakers we have, all the activities we have, and how you can purchase your tickets. So I hope to see everyone there September 3rd. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're just going to be value and vibes the whole entire time.
And I'm telling you, beat us there because you do not want to miss this. I don't know about you all, but I'm a student. I'm a teacher, but I'm a student at heart. I'm going to have my notebook handy and ready, okay?
And me too. Everyone thinks that I'm the founder and I'm going to be just sitting there acting like I know everything. Honey, I'm going to be in there with my Muck Rack notebook because Muck Rack gave us some notebooks for y'all. So I'm going to be sitting there with my Muck Rack notebook taking notes too. So if I can still be a student, if Abu can still be a student, you can be a student as well.
Hello. Let's all learn from each other, y'all. Let's connect, learn, and grow together, okay?
Exactly.